Hello.
Oh, are we supposed to start talking?
Yeah.
Oh, oh. Uh, it's pretty music, so I was waiting for the compliance stuff to come on.
He puts that in post.
In post.
Yeah.
Vibes. Yes.
Do you feel it?
Oh, I love this.
Mm-hmm.
The acoustic version is really nice.
I said it feels like we could be doing yoga right now.
I would love to see you do yoga.
Oh no, not that bendy.
Not that bendy.
No.
Most males aren't though.
That's because we don't stretch.
Yes.
Girls do more of that stuff when they're younger, and when you're 40 and you start to stretch, no bueno, not good.
I heard this. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know how a lot of older men, elderly men, end up getting like the hunched over shoulders and like the hunchback? It's because they don't stretch their hamstrings.
That could be, but I also think it's bad posture. Especially the previous generations. Weren't we talking about a comfy chair on Saturday? Yes, comfy chair. I think a lot of guys just kind of.
Oh, I do that on the couch, even without a comfy chair. My own special comfy chair.
I think previous generations of men spent more time doing that. I don't have that luxury.
I don't know, but I thought it was interesting to hear how the hamstrings affect your spine.
Yeah, could be.
Got
to take care of those hammies.
It's all connected.
Indeed.
Hello.
That was a minute and a half on yoga. And here we are.
And the body. Comfy chairs. Hi, I am Missy Wahlen with Wahlen Advisory Group with Raymond James. And you can find us at wahlenadvisorygroup.com, WAHLEN advisorygroup.com, and 262-207-3815. You know how often I've said my phone number, I still think I'm going to mess it up.
I think it's impressive that you have it memorized.
It's still not like muscle memory. It doesn't just flow. I still have to think about it coming out.
That's good. You should be challenged throughout the day. You did leave out one part of that intro, though.
I haven't gotten to you yet, Chris. I didn't leave it out. I just haven't gotten to it. I was surprised that I said the phone number correct.
I'm waiting.
And I am here with my brother-in-law, Chris Knight.
Hello.
And my business partner.
Yes.
Yes. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. How was your weekend?
Good. Fun. Entertaining.
Yeah.
Had an interesting couple over to my house on Saturday, actually.
Who was that?
You and your husband. Played games, had dinner. We had a great time.
Yes, yes. And my daughter Blue was over playing with
Yeah,
Aiden.
sorry, I left out Blue.
Yeah, you left
and
out.
Ella.
And well, Ella came later.
But still.
Yes, but Blue and Aiden riding around on their scooters.
I felt bad you brought up that you haven't seen Kathleen since like January. And I was like, well, that's weird because I'm so used to seeing you every day.
Not just since January, since New Year's Eve.
Had it really been that long?
I mean, she stopped in the office for something
that's
real
true.
quick in
Yes,
January, but other than that, but that was like a 10-second interaction.
Yeah, it's so weird since I see you 5 days a week.
I know. We see each other almost every day.
And I saw Mark at his restaurant on Friday, so I see you guys all the time.
Yeah. We just been really busy since the holidays. So
how's that house remodel coming?
Oh, it's terrible. It's like, just even today, 6:55 a.m. door knock. Hello, electrician's here. Yes.
You're an early riser though, aren't you?
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
5:50, 6 o'clock early.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would call
average.
that early.
Yeah, that's average. Don't ask me to get up any earlier than that. However, I was thinking the other day, I used to do 5 o'clock yoga, hot yoga.
That sounds terrible.
Doesn't it?
And you had to be there at 5?
Yeah.
So you were
then they
up
changed it to 5:30, and all of us were like, "Oh, that's so late." But then did 5:30 yoga, and now it's 6 a.m. yoga, which makes it harder, though, because by the time yoga is done, it's 7 o'clock.
Sure.
And then you have to drive home and shower. Well, it's 8 o'clock at that point, and you're supposed to be out the door heading for work. Well, most people, Chris, are out the door by then.
I'm not really out the door by 8 a.m. I'm not that guy. I want to be, but I'm not that guy.
Yeah. So I would love to get back into the morning yoga, but that's way too early or way too late.
How many days a week is this?
They offer that 5 days a week.
Oh, and how many days a week would you do though?
The morning one, if I could do the morning one, probably 2 or 3.
Interesting.
I used to do
it's a lot of hot yoga.
I used to do it at least very, very routinely twice a week before COVID. Before COVID, I had a sweet schedule. It was awesome. Like I worked 40 hours a week, had work-life balance. all that. And then COVID just ruined everything. Yes, in many ways. Yes. No, I haven't been able to find that group. I keep telling myself that there has to be a new normal that's created.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
yes, I can't keep.
You were just
comparing it
used to
the-
one thing. Yes, exactly.
Can't keep comparing it to the old normal. It has to be a new normal.
Change doesn't always have to be bad. Just have to get comfortable with it.
That is correct.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. So thanks for having us over on Saturday.
My pleasure. We had a great time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Good catching up with your daughters. Oh my gosh.
What?
Bridgie and Jilly. Oh,
A lot of
yes.
energy
Yes.
between those two.
Oh, and Bridgie is just attached to my hip, and I love it. Yes, come sit on my lap anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's a little diva.
Yes, come play.
Loves
shuffleboard with
jewelry,
me.
loves fancy girls like you. Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. Am I a fancy girl?
Yeah,
Oh, am I a fancy
you
girl?
appear to be.
Yeah,
Jewelry and stuff, yeah.
even
You're very
Justin,
girly.
The producer is shaking his head. Yeah, I'm a
You're
fancy girl.
very girly.
Okay.
That's what she likes, yeah.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay, that's funny. I don't consider myself.
Yesterday, all day, she was walking around with 2 purses, just for no reason.
Feeling fancy.
Had a stuffed cat in one of them,
Okay.
just what she does.
There you go.
Love
Yes. Okay.
So wait, the guy was knocking on the door at 6:50 this morning.
No. Yeah, 6:55 this morning.
And what's going on there?
So this is now all the electrical work, all the stuff that.
Well, that's good. They're getting ready to close walls.
Yeah, we're told we were hoping for an inspection at the end of this week, but now we're hoping for an inspection by the end of next week.
Sure, to seal everything up.
And then we'll be lucky if next week we'll be getting the inspection by the end of the next week. Yes.
I don't know. Be positive, Missy. Don't be negative.
No. And then our mason, who's an artist beyond belief too. He's a perfectionist, which is good, but at the same time, that takes
a
time.
little longer. Yeah.
Yes, and this is going on beyond a little longer, but it's when you do stuff like this, you just have to expect.
Yeah.
It just to take.
Is the end of May still a possibility? At least to be 90% done.
That's what we'll be. That's what we've been told still. I mean, but that's what's great about this contractor is once a job needs to get done, boom, guys are in there and they get it done. It's just all this little stuff like, I guess you do need switches to work before you close up the wall, and
that's important.
And the plumbing, I guess you do need to add this water pipe.
So you're half done, essentially.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I hope so though, but yes. But first world problems. Even for our girls, I keep reminding them we have a shower with warm water, and we have a microwave and a fridge and a warm bed.
No oven, but a microwave will do for the short term.
What's funny is we have an air fryer that I don't get it. I don't.
What do you mean?
I don't understand the meals that you're supposed to cook with it, and
I'm not as big of a fan of the air fryer as most. I love to cook, and I air fryers. I'm kind of like meh, with a lot of stuff.
And I get it's supposed to take the place of baking in the oven. Instead, just bake in this
smaller, more confined space.
But I think what I'm having a hard time.
It's more direct heat.
Yes. What I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around though is that you still need to do prep to get it on the tray to be able to put in the air fryer. And we don't have prep space. Everything is full of dust, and it's just.
You don't want to prep it on the basement floor where you're living right now?
Oh gosh, no. Even our kitchen table that we have down there, it's just full of dust all the time. It's just not a pleasant spot to be at longer than 10 minutes.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well, like I said, halfway.
And I think what's really getting to us is just eating out. I mean, not that we even eat out that often. We eat out still like 3 or 4 times a week, which is still pretty much the average for most families anyways, but that's a lot for us.
Yeah, that would be a lot for us too. Usually only Fridays for us.
Yeah. And now we're having to do that, and even the girls are getting sick of it too, and we just can't wait.
That's another first world problem though too.
Yesterday we were putting a list together of all the meals that we're going to have and prioritizing it, and I know me and Mark are going to be
once everything's up and running, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I know me and Mark are going to be fighting to see who's going to cook first, and get out of my way. I'm cooking tonight. Yeah.
There'll be a lot of big meals. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be good though. Yeah.
Sweet.
So, I started training for a triathlon.
Yes. How's that going?
I'm shocked, actually. So on Saturday, I did a test run to just see an assessment where I'm at and how much more in depth my training needs to be. So I went for a 5K run, and then I went swimming.
Time?
Around 30 minutes.
Okay.
So 10-minute miles. And that was with hills.
Where'd you run?
So in Elm Grove, on the other side of the tracks, not the fancy side of the tracks, on the other
East
side of the tracks.
where all the troublemakers live.
Yes, I am a troublemaker in many ways. But there's just a bunch of hills that you can run around and go.
Because 3 miles in Elm Grove, that's a lot.
Yeah, I do weaving through these streets. So
that's
along Elmhurst, then, and then they have all the streets that go off at Elmhurst. And
Did you go through the park at all?
I typically do, but this time I wanted hills.
Oh, okay.
In place.
Push yourself a little harder.
Yeah, just again to see where I am at with running outside.
And how'd you feel at the end?
I felt great. And then I went for a swim, and I did over a half a mile for a swim after that. And I could have hopped on a bike, but I just didn't want to. The biking is the worst part for me.
I'd say for your first time out there, you did well for training. That's good.
Yeah. So what's funny is then, because my dad was a swimmer, so then he's like, you shouldn't really swim like that all at once. You should really just swim a few lengths and really get it out. And then you take it easy. And then you swim even harder. And then you take it easy. You shouldn't just like get out there and just swim. I was like, geez, Dad, I'm just seeing where I'm at, how long I can swim and see what that length is.
And pardon my ignorance, in a triathlon, you're going to have to just go all out, right?
Oh, gosh, no.
No?
I mean, the typical person just wants to finish it.
Oh, okay.
And you're competing against yourself.
Okay.
So
because you are very competitive. So
yes, I am very competitive. But I've learned I can't compete against other people because we're all just in. It's like comparing apples to apples.
Sure.
You can't. When you are competing against other people, there's just totally different levels of fitness, totally different levels of training,
age, everything.
Yeah, all that stuff. So to try and compete against the next person and try to beat them, that's not the goal.
What was the time you did on the laps?
That was hard to say because it was a 13-yard length pool. So the goal was just 56 lengths. But I did over 60, so I did over a half a mile.
But you don't have the time?
Oh, I guess I did it in less than 25 minutes.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Is that?
I think so.
I wasn't even, I just wanted to complete the lengths. So I wasn't even trying to go for time.
And how long the biking is the same as running distance-wise? Or no, it's longer?
No, it's 12 miles.
12 miles.
12-mile bike. And the reason why I don't like biking is because it hurts my thighs and my butt. The seat on the butt. Oh.
Get an electric bike. Do it that way.
I don't know if that's allowed, but yes.
Probably not.
But I had registered myself in Blue and Ella.
They're going to do it with you?
Yeah, and Ella tried doing
cute.
the run with me. She did end up having to walk, which was fine. I told her it's more important that you take care of yourself than trying to force any of this. This is just meant to be for fun.
Yeah, that's great that you're going to do that with them. That's fun.
Yeah, and then Blue did a run by herself. And then she said that she does want to do the swim, but she doesn't like biking. She's like me, but she might end up doing the biking. We'll see.
Yeah.
The goal for them is, even if they just do one leg with me, that's it.
Yeah, they're hanging out with mom. That's cool.
Yeah. And I keep asking myself, why am I doing this? Like,
And what do you think the reason is?
I need to prove to myself that I can still do it because I've been active.
In your ripe old age of 40? Is that what you're saying?
When you said that I'm a girly girl, I actually don't picture myself being a girly girl because I've always
wearing a polka dot shirt right now, for the record.
My hair is up in a bob, a bun of power on top of my head, and earrings too. But no, I've always been. Oh, I'd rather go outside and throw a football than be inside playing Barbies.
Sure.
And for any girlfriends that are at a gathering, I'd rather be playing bags or bocce ball or croquet.
I think you can still be a girly girl and like to play games.
Oh, really?
You're a hybrid.
Okay. I'm a hybrid.
Compliment.
Yes. I just don't get into the gossip and talking about fashion and all that stuff because I don't care about that stuff. I'd rather be in the moment. And
Kathleen's like that too.
And like shuffleboard, Chris and I were partners. and shuffleboard on
Yeah, that
Saturday.
didn't go well.
We
I put that
lost.
out of my head. Yeah.
I blame Chris.
Well,
I held my weight.
some of the time, not all of the time. I underestimated Mark's practice time on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of practice.
But again, like stuff like that, I would rather be in the moment and like get into a game, regardless of the kind of game that it is, than to be talking about clothes or fashion or other people.
I agree. Yeah. It's nice to have a shuffleboard table in your living room.
Yes.
What can I say?
That works properly.
Yes. We have been doing a lot of personal chat. Maybe we should get to some business topics.
Business. Okay. So I think I should let our listeners know that this is what's weird for me is that I've been told by other listeners and other people at the station that I should talk more about my personal self and really get into the personal talk, because that's what listeners
We love that.
really want to hear. That's not me. So
Sure.
me, I don't care if
You want to talk shop.
If I'm listening to the radio or a podcast, I'm like, stop talking about yourself. Just get to the nitty gritty, get to the topics. So this is really bizarre for me. This isn't normal for me. I want to dive into all the current events and the stock market update and economic factors and talk about and tax benefits and deductions and credits and talk about all that stuff. And this is not.
Well, we have 9 minutes left and you can dive. There you go.
There you go. I think I need to give out our contact information.
Yes,
first.
you do.
Wahlen Advisory Group of Raymond James. And you can find us at wahlenadvisorygroup.com, WAHLEN advisorygroup.com, 262-207-3815.
Nice job.
There you go.
So maybe a little quick geopolitical update. So we did touch on that last week, real quick on that one.
Yeah, so headlines this morning, it was mixed because the first headline I see is Trump says can make a deal with Iran in the next 5 days. And then you read the next headline, Iran says no deal in sight. And then you read the next headline that says Israel says we're still just going to keep going. We don't know if there's a deal or not coming, and because we don't know, we're just going to keep blowing stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
And
market reacted strongly today.
Yes. So the market had its first dip of the year. So that's about a 5% drop in the market from when it reaches its all-time highs to where it's
I saw since January 1st, it was like 4.7%. So right in that area.
Yep. So when can't emphasize enough how normal that is. Supposed to have about 4 to 5 dips a year, and the reasons for the dips is what changes from year to year. Mm-hmm. So the dips, what I also find very interesting too is we have GDP at a really healthy rate for 2 consecutive quarters, and it's still the S&P is still trading at the rate it was back in the fall. So what that's telling me is that our economy keeps growing, but then the stock market isn't growing with it, which is really healthy for the stock market because then it decreases the chances of stocks being overvalued as we experience this growth. And then because the economy keeps growing while the stock market is stagnant too, that's a really good indicator that all of a sudden the market will take off to catch up with economic factors.
Sure.
And so this is a good time to be buying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Overall. So as far as the Strait of Hormuz, there is Europe and Japan that is trying to figure out how to keep it open. Another interesting fact that I read this morning too was that even with this Iranian conflict, our inflation rate is still only at about 2.4%. So everything going on with Iran hasn't yet affected us. And we don't know if it will, depending on how quickly it gets resolved yet. So, but inflation predictions are anticipated to still be between 2.4 and 2.7% this year. The other good thing is with all this is globally, banks across the world, the majority of banks have decided to not make any cuts or any rate hikes. Yeah, everybody's just kind of staying
waiting it out. Yeah.
Yes, and seeing what happens with Iran. So that's a good sign that the global finance is trying to work together to figure this out too. Which
markets are working as they should.
Yes, markets are working as they should. Banks are working as they should right now. So with everything at hand, this can go in either direction real quick.
Mhm.
So when we first started talking about this a couple of weeks ago to where we are at now, I don't think anything has changed other than the price per barrel has gone up, but then it dropped again. It's still not back to where it was previously, but still we are about 2 weeks out yet from when Trump said that the conflict would originally end.
Yeah.
So, and today he's announcing 5 days. So the markets are reacting to that news. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Only time will tell at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good. One other thing we wanted to talk about was people leaving large amounts of cash at the bank, maybe security concerns that go along with that, and then also where your Social Security gets deposited, bank versus brokerage account, and maybe even paychecks.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So by the way, for our listeners, we have to get topics approved, but me and Chris do not rehearse this.
No.
Yes.
This greatness that you're hearing is off the cuff.
So great. No, so cash at the bank. There's a lot of security behind FDIC, which gives a lot of investors and Americans peace of mind with the cash being secured by FDIC. And so it is encouraged for investors and Americans to keep a certain amount in cash at the bank. But what's I think is interesting is with scams and frauds that happen, especially the elderly that have a lot of cash at the bank that are more susceptible to scams and frauds, and then their money can be used for scammers.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is happening to be more and more of a trend, and this has been going on for a few years now, is financial advisors now are being given the cash. And so, and their clients, the investors, are handing the cash over to the financial advisor. And a lot of most financial advisors can do CDs, which are FDIC insured. A lot of brokerage firms are offering FDIC insured deposits as well. You don't get as much of an interest with it just sitting in cash in an FDIC insured deposit program, but at least it's insured and secured there. The other thing that advisors are doing is money markets as well. So money markets are a security. So it is invested. It's invested in more conservative investments like other CDs, conservative bonds. So because it is invested, then there can't be a guarantee behind the interest earned on a money market, and money markets cannot be FDIC insured then because they're invested. So, but the money markets generate usually anywhere between 2 and I would even say 4.5% to maybe 5%, depending on the money market right now. And it's what I like about that is, yes, you may not get the FDIC insured, but at least you're getting the inflation protection on it. So if it's just sitting in cash, whether at the bank, in an FDIC deposit insured at a brokerage firm, it's generally not earning that 2.4% inflation rate right now, but it has a greater chance of doing that if it's in a money market.
Additional security at the brokerage as well versus the bank.
Well, that's in regards to scams and frauds. So whenever a client of mine who's in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, I encourage them to work with a family member to work on an appropriate amount to be held in cash at the bank that gives them peace of mind. A lot of people like seeing their checking account balance at a certain level and start to get a little nervous if it falls under that. So what we try and do is maintain that level, and then any surplus, any extra cash that they have, then we put into another CD, cash, money market, or even another investment within their account with me. And in order for the client to get access to that, they have to call me, and most will tell me what they're using it for. So if they're being scammed or fraud, I'm going to have an idea. Then depending on,
there will be red flags.
Yeah, I'm looking for different. Number one, I'm looking for use of the money, because if they're using it for something that they normally wouldn't, that's a huge flag for me. Or if they're pulling out way more than they normally do, that's another huge flag. And then I'm looking for different stress factors too. I'm asking them questions from previous conversations that I've had to see if they're having any kind of memory issues. So I'm looking to see too if there's scams, frauds, or even some mental capacity issues at hand. So what's nice is the industry now allows us to add a trusted contact on accounts, what that means is that this person, when a client adds a trusted contact, that doesn't mean that they have power of attorney. It doesn't mean that they're authorized to know anything on the accounts. It doesn't mean that they can make any decisions on behalf of the client. All it does is if we have concerns, we can just call the trusted contact and ask, is everything okay? And let the trusted contact ask questions from there to see if they've noticed anything. And then usually if a financial advisor out of the blue is calling a friend or family member of a client, that's usually a sign in and of itself that
we have
something's
concerns.
going on. Yes. So I've only had to do that twice, but I really like what we do because we do get to know our clients on a personal level, and we do have that extra layer of security with getting to know the client on the use of the money, as opposed to just being at the bank and the client can just write a check or just go in and walk in and take out thousands of dollars and there'd be no questions asked.
Yeah, and maybe the teller's not going to pick up on anything that's off. So
yeah, yep. So
that's it.
Oh wow.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes. Well, that's
very informative.
I know. I get so nervous about all the different topics. I'm like, oh, okay, we got to squeeze this topic.
I usually try to guide you, but we did good today. Okay. So all good. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, watching. Yes. Have a great day.
Watching, listening, look at the baby. Look at the baby.